investigate the papers?
You sure can. Make a investigation check.
I will use my speed to make it advantage.
Okay.
As long as I only move half speed for the turn.
Yes, I don't think that will matter. Okay. There's lots of... it looks like more like a ledger, like keeping track of money going in and out. Other than that, not too interesting. But when you open up the desk drawer beneath it, you do find a couple of scrolls that look arcane in nature.
I'll call him over. I'm not even going to touch him. I'm just going to call him over.
I noticed you were muted there, Connor, and as soon as I said spell scroll, for some reason you unmuted.
Yeah. I was like, hey, Connor rushes over.
Fur boy, we got something for you.
Yeah, so check it out. Can you identify? Or, I don't remember. Sorry.
You wanted?
I think I need more.
Oh.
I can't remember if I have it. I don't think I have identified. You've always had it, so I've never gotten it.
Yeah, I'll just ritually cast that.
Okay.
On my part, probably.
So they both appear to be summoning spells.
Coolness.
And that's what they are, as per this spell description.
Damn.
All right. Mars will be thrilled about one of those. You guys don't mind. You guys can keep the gold. That's more than enough.
I guess if we just explore this area, like there's no more creatures, nothing seems to be, just generally exploring the area around us.
You've explored this room, this room, this room, and this room.
Okay. I don't want to advance too far without the party. Are all these doors open, or like some of them closed?
These ones are open. These are the ones where the monsters came from. Remember, they flicked this lever over here, which unlocked these doors, and the monsters came out and tried to eat you, and failed dismally, I must say. This door was closed, but Vivi, being the confident young lad that he is, opens it and goes through. That's fine. And you're checking out this chest-looking thing here?
Is it a chest?
It is a chest.
Is it trapped?
That's a... Well, you're more than welcome to investigate, see if it is in fact trapped.
Well, you already rolled, never mind.
Okay. Roll again if you like, Vivi.
Sure.
Wow. So far it's rolled of 27, 25, no, 21 has been the lowest roll so far tonight. It is not trapped, and Connell, let's say while Mara is casting Identify, you throw up Detect Magic. It is not magic. But it is locked. In your opinion, it is not locked. It is locked, but not trapped.
Okay, I'll open it up then.
Okay.
I'll assist again.
Okay. Okay, wow. Nothing below a 21 so far. You open... Oh.
Dang, guys.
Flash of genius.
You guys are screwed.
And there is a bunch of treasure, like a monetary value. Just copy it in from my notes.
Hey. Little chump change to go shopping with.
Aren't those platinum pieces?
They are.
Oh, PP.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Which are worth 10 gold pieces, of course.
Yeah, that's 360 gold total.
Yeah, that's true. 360 gold total. It's kind of like carrying around $100 bills, right? No one wants to give change for a platinum piece in the same way they don't want to give change for a $100 bill.
I thought silver pieces was 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said 10 gold, so 60.
Oh, yeah. I'm
That's all.
Otherwise, really nasty, I'd start giving you Electrum pieces, which are, without doubt, the weirdest currency in the entire game.
we'll just check out the rest, huh?
This over here isn't a door, right? It's just the stairs up into an area.
That's correct.
Do we see like what am I looking over here? It's like a table.
Mm-hmm. It's some benches sitting on top of a rug.
Okay. And do we hear anything? Just down this secondary hall we see over here. Do I
Make a perception check.
I'll use my trait again.
Mm-hmm. You don't hear anything coming from there or up in here for that matter. Adamek, as you glance through these doors which are open, this is just huge piles of junk. You're going to have a look through?
Yeah.
And make me a perception check.
One man's junk is another man's treasure.
Let's see if... Adamek!
Yeah, there you go. Told you I'd disappoint you with my first roll.
Yeah, still feeling bad, having died, which is at -2, of course, don't forget, so that's good. Nothing. I mean, having just junk, I mean, having been a trader and had a keen eye for these type of things, pretty convinced it's just worthless junk that kept these creatures amused somehow.
By typing quite.
That's some hard typing, Riz. Calm down! Calm down, man!
It's kind of like a mechanical keyboard, so I'm not even typing hard than Mike because it's not
Alright.
set up. I apologize.
No problem. So, Vivi, are you in fact going to sneak down there?
Sure, I guess I'll sneak.
Okay.
And I flip up my hood, and that's a 13.
Okay.
Don't you get advantage?
I'm wearing the power armor right now, so the
straight roll.
takeout is, yeah.
Okay, so you go through. This appears to be some type of kitchen. There's some food there. If you were hungry, you might consider eating it. But, yeah. Kind of orc. Mm-hmm.
Video game rules where if I eat something, I'll recover some health.
Quite the opposite, in fact. If you ate this food, quite the opposite effect.
Might get some indigestion.
I'll peek my head through here and then here to see if anyone's sleeping.
You have a look through. The beds are messier than it shows in the map, and there is nobody there sleeping.
And then this is just a bathroom?
Just a bathroom, yep.
Alright. Nothing of note, friends.
There's a doorway over here.
Is it intricate? Is it plain? Or
It just appears to be a normal set of double doors. I mean, if you remember getting in here, there was that weird puzzle door that... Oh, Turley remembers she exists and comes and join you guys.
Who are you?
So yeah, the intricate door to get in here, but this one appears just to be a double doors.
Is it locked?
You grab the door handle and give it a slight tug, Vivi. It moves a little bit.
My heart
So-
behind these benches.
I'm actually gonna check if it's trapped. I'm not sure in it.
Sure. So
Nothing.
yeah, you're convinced it is not trapped.
Okay. Then I will stealth and peek my head through the door.
Okay. Vivi intricately gets this thing and Riz instantly ducks behind a table and says, "No!" You peek through there, and what you see is this passageway continues on. It appears to be an empty kind of octagonal type of room. And you just peek through and you see a little like almost mechanical owl. Mm-hmm. Like, sorry, more like a statue. Sorry, more like a statue.
like it's like some kind of like construct though, or is it just a statue?
From this distance, it looks like a statue.
Okay, then I will approach, but checking for traps as I approach.
Okay.
Before BV does that, I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna pass him a small round object, and I'm gonna tell him a word in Elvish, and say if it does anything, shove it down his throat and say this word in Elvish.
What is this? Oh, it's
the ball bearing bit.
Okay, okay. I thought you had like a bomb on you or something.
Yeah, it's a bomb.
Pretty much.
So as soon as you can spot some traps, this will be a perception roll, since you don't really know what you're looking for, but you're keeping your eye out. As you creep down this hallway.
Looks good to me.
Did you do your perception roll there?
Yes, I got an 8. Did it not go through?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Popped. That's so weird.
Just a little late. So you check around for traps as a stone fall. It's pretty boring room apart from this owl inside it. And you look around for traps, walk cautiously, nothing. And then you get a closer look in your eyes. You kind of get down on your haunches and look at it. It's slightly bigger than a normal owl. And the thing that you notice about it is it has no eyes.
Like they're missing, or
yeah, they're missing, but there's a very much an indentation there. If you want to learn more, you're going to have to get closer and have a look.
okay, I will.
Okay, so I assume you're still stealthy, and you get down and you look even closer at the eyes, and it's not like they've been ripped out or anything. There's a smooth indentation where their eyes would be.
And does it look like something could fit in there?
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything around the owl?
Nope. It's a... tell you what. Let's do this. Let me just make sure I've got everything. I'll drag you all over. Over to here.
Ooh.
And we'll put VV up here.
Oh wait, let me switch my token.
And it's... Yeah, and the eyes are pointing like towards you guys. And couldn't find quite the right icon, but the owl is like staring directly at you.
Can I run to the office and then check the desk to see if there's any like jewels or something that would be the same size?
Yeah.
Like fit in the eye. And then also I'll check the war chief's like dead body, see if it's on his person.
Okay, so do the investigation first for the desk, which Riz did already have a look at, but sure. You rifle through it. There was the big discovery of the scrolls and some ledgers, but apart from that, nothing.
And then the dead body.
Mm-hmm. Same deal.
Same deal? Okay. Well, I pass it off to you guys because I don't know what I'm looking for.
No, detect magic does not pick up anything, Connell.
And then I wanted to do an eye for detail.
On the owl?
Not the owl in the room in general. So I just want to see if there's anything that looks like
Sure.
traps, hidden grooves, something that is trying to deceive us to not notice.
Okay, sure. So make a perception check at advantage.
Can I? Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, perception fine.
Okay. You give the room a close look. You do look at the owl and you notice pretty much what Vivi said. There's some indentations there, which something could in theory be placed, but you don't have anything that could do it. What is slightly unusual is the stonework down in this hall where Mara and Tulu are is immaculate. There's very much scrapings. Something's been scraped along the sides here. So the scrape marks kind of around here, around here, around here.
Can you ping him again? It didn't show for me.
I drew them as well, so...
Oh, okay, now I see him, Okay.
Yep.
So there's scrape marks there?
Mm-hmm.
Do they look bladed or like claws? Are they like single scrapes or like multi-score?
I think with your perception of 26, it looks like stone on stone scraping.
On those corners.
They're kind of all over the place. I'm just indicating they're around there, so... Oh, there's scrapes over here, the scrapes over here. It's kind of everywhere, haphazardly.
VV, can I get that ball bearing back from you?
Yeah, sure. Are you gonna put it in its eye? Because I was thinking of doing that too.
I want to investigate the owl, and I don't... If there's no other spot, then I'll put it in the eye sockets. But if there's a spot in the owl that looks like if I placed it there, it would keep it from being able to immediately move forward or rotate, then that's where I want to place it. The roofs of its feathers, or like a notch in its wing, just something that, like, if it was a statue that rotated, it wouldn't be able to rotate.
Sure. Okay. Done.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna step out of its line of sight of where the eyes are currently looking.
Okay.
Smart.
And I'm gonna mention that to everyone that I've kept it from rotating, so we probably don't want to be in its line of eyesight if this is some kind of trap. But past that, I'm not really sure what's going on here. And if the eyes were to be a cone, like, where do we think the cone would reach? Like, would it reach this far over the eyes, or does it look pretty, like, straightforward?
As I said, the map's a little odd. The owl is upright, and its eyes are like staring directly down this way. Cone. What you do know about owls is they tend to have quite swivelly heads, so it could be a cone that would cover all this area. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Maybe I should just put it in the damn eye, but I already placed it somewhere else, I guess. And there's no writing on the walls, right? Like, we're not.
Nope.
There's nothing.
No writing.
Mara, Connell, sorry.
Mara's the puzzle queen.
Oh god. What is the owl on?
Is it a pedestal? Apart from the orientation of the eye for map purposes, it does, like, it's on a pedestal, on a square pedestal, then a circular pedestal, then the owl is on top of that, standing upright.
Okay. Does it look like the pedestal maybe moves at all? Are there any scrape marks on the ground at all or anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
I'll assist.
Okay, if you're...
Mara, have you had your coffee?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
No, I
Wow.
haven't.
You've not had your coffee?
No.
Shame.
So you do get a closer look with a VV peering over your shoulder, Mara, and it does appear that the pedestal, this round pedestal, not the square pedestal, but the round pedestal, has been rotated in the past.
Is it like something that I could pinpoint how it's been rotated?
Like in terms of clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Mm-hmm.
Both. The natural 20, I'm saying, is rotated clockwise and anti-clockwise. And also with the natural 20, you look at the eyes, and there's definitely something that could be placed in the eyes. Not a ball bearing, but something could be placed in there.
Can I try putting like gold pieces?
Sure. So you put a couple of old gold pieces in the eyes. I'm just waiting for the room to scatter, but that's fine. And they kind of fall out. It's not a good fit.
Did we get anything anywhere in the previous? I mean, it's been like 3 weeks.
I
don't think so.
we did.
No, I'll tell you
We
no.
finished the fight, and that was the end of the night.
Yeah, we had the puzzle door with the words, and then.
Yeah, and when the last foe died was where we ended the last session.
Vivi, what was down that hallway?
A bedroom, kitchen, and bathroom.
Any chests, pedestals, altars, anything like that?
I don't know. Was there?
And you just peered in, remember? There were the sleeping quarters and you kind of peered in and that was about it.
Oh, I didn't investigate it. I just checked.
No, you did not. Yep.
If something needs to go in these eyes, maybe we need to go re-explore the other rooms, but I don't want to leave everyone here and something trigger, or vice versa, something trigger on me with no one with me.
I'll have Avery go with him, and if something goes wrong, she can send me a note back.
Sure.
Not theater mind. I don't need to bring her up.
Ah, sure. Okay. So you're going with Avery there, Vivi, to investigate those rooms a bit better?
It was
No,
Ritz or
I think it was
everyone.
Riz.
Oh, it's Riz?
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
And to save time, I'm just yeah, to save you jumping maps, I'm just going into those bedroom areas, the bathroom, the general kitchen area, to reinvestigate all of it, see if there's anything that kind of fits the
investigation.
And I'll do it slowly to give myself the advantage. Take my time. 27.
Okay. So you search in the bathroom, nothing. You search in the kitchen, nothing, and you start rifling through the bedrolls. One of the bedrolls is significantly better than the other ones. Like it's got a bit of hay beneath it, and it's just a nicer place to sleep. And in there, excuse me, you find 2 small blue gems.
I'm going to show them to the familiar wolf and tell them, let Wolf Boy know we found what we're looking for, and it's heading back.
So you return with 2 of these blue gems, crystals almost.
And specifically, I'm looking to see if anything happens as soon as I enter the room with these gems. Does the room change in any way? Does anything seem like it triggered in its presence?
Apart from quizzical looks from your companions, no.
Alright. Well, then I'll show them what I found, but I'm not going to do anything with them yet until we have a plan.
Well, I mean, just put it in the eye sockets, bro.
Yep. See what happens.
Well, we need to like rotate it.
Well, so my question is where that ball bearing is. Do we feel like that ball bearing's placement will stop the rotation clockwise and counterclockwise, or does it feel like it's only going to stop a rotation in one direction?
Looks like both. I mean, your intention was to jam it in there, so it's jammed in there.
Right. Okay. So we know it won't move on us if it's a trap and it's going to go all haywire on us. So do we want to leave the ball bearing there, or do we want to take the ball bearing out and then stick them in and risk it?
I mean,
Wait, what did you say?
I take it.
So I'm just wondering if. Go ahead.
We don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, yeah, it could be a trap. I mean, to hurt, but it also could be required to move around, open doors.
Right.
So I don't think we have any idea. There's nothing you give us an inclination of either one. So just see what happens. We probably won't die.
So the stone on stone script. The stone on stone scraping is only in these regions, right? It's not like the entire room is just kind of focused into those areas.
More so in there, but they're kind of everywhere. They're most noticeable in those areas, though.
So I would say we probably want to get like 360 degrees behind it when one of us places it in, and just be prepared to move wherever we have to stay behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the ball bearing still there?
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
So if Tulu also, okay. Yeah, so we're all going to kind of move there. I'm going to go ahead and grab the ball bearing once
Okay.
Mara's in place. Where Mara wants to be.
So the idea for everyone except Riz is if the owl starts rotating, you're going to rotate with it to keep behind it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to grab the ball bearing, and then I want to climb up the back of it and put the gems in from being on the back of its head, kind of. So like I want to be over it and reaching across to stick the 2 gems in, but be holding onto the back of the statue.
Okay, easy enough to do. So you pop the gems in, and the owl starts rotating this way. And you feel something changing. And you notice as the room kind of rotates with the owl, like you can feel the earth move under your feet. And what happens is, let me just make sure I've got this set up right. Yes, and the door that you come in, it kind of closes up with the rotation. I know your alignment's slightly off, so feel free to position yourself. But eventually, like what is, yeah, sorry, bit of blue streak there for no reason. Yeah, so Tulu and Mara and everybody else would be over here. Yep. And the blue eyes, the owl now has blue eyes. And you see there's a pair of doors here now. Yep. But the way you've come in, which would be in this direction, is definitely closed up.
Can I try something, everyone? I want to pull one of the gems out real quick.
Okay, you pull one of the gems out. Okay, nothing happens.
Does anything? And then I want to stick it back in.
Okay, nothing happens.
Does anything happen upon sticking it back in?
Nope.
Okay. Just want to see if it was multi-leveled and if you triggered it multiple times.
Gonna say Atomac approaches the door, but then he scurries back and doesn't.
Ready?
Do we want?
All right, Con's at the door.
Do we want to?
Where'd you go?
Didn't really mean to go in the door.
I'm gonna grab it.
Come back here. Door's closed.
That's where I meant to go. I didn't mean to go in the door.
No problem.
I'm gonna grab one of the gems and
Okay.
pocket it.
Okay. So you're hanging back there, Mara?
No.
Okay. Tulu kind of ducks behind the owl a little bit. And Connell and or Adamak, you going to open the door?
Buddy cop. Eddie, you got it or I got it? I don't care.
I'll open the door.
But you rushed to the door, Connell.
I'm fine. Either way.
You see a long corridor, long wide corridor, and you don't see. I mean, you can see what you can see. It's dark in here. Yeah, that's as far as you can see.
So we're in pitch black, right?
You should be
Maybe.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of, there's a dimly lit thing about it. I mean, you can see right to the edge here. Yeah. So you see what you see.
I'm just wondering if we're in shadows or in low light.
Low light, we'll say.
Okay.
Yeah. See the long turlu hanging back, kind of with Mara.
Screams trapped tomorrow.
Is there any writing on the walls that we're walking down?
If you want to take a moment and have a look, make a perception check, we'll say.
Yeah, I just want to do a quick glance and just see if there's any writing or anything going on. 14.
Not that you can notice. No. Okay, Adamak, as you get there, you do see a couple of yellow gemstones.
Oh,
They're not that large, but I just wanted to make it obvious that there are yellow gemstones at the end here.
I suppose I could snatch them up.
Feel free to grab them. Yep, no problem.
Yeah, feel free, bud.
Why?
DM encouraging actions is never a good thing.
Is this just a dead end?
So as far as you can tell, yep, it's a long corridor with a couple of yellow gems at the end of it.
I grab them.
Okay, as soon as you grab one, nobody move.
Pull out my scimitar.
Several openings kind of more or less disintegrate above you, and something starts falling, and you look up, and they're actually
What does that mean?
bodies that are falling. Tick, 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 tick.
Whoa.
All these undead creatures start falling down, and they grab themselves up, and they get up. Malcolm shouldn't say "gra" too often because it makes him cough. And they just start plummeting these creatures from the ceiling. You're going to need to do this for me, people.
Can I attack the nearest one that falls near me?
On your turn, you can.
Let's try.
And it's literally impossible for me to keep track. Well, it's possible, but cumbersome. So all the creatures are going to act on the one turn. Oh, what a 9. That's nice and average. Let's get some combat music happening. Let's do Mad Max Fire Guitar.
Wait, don't step in front of me, Adam.
Wait, where's I need to know where Connell is. This is very important.
True.
Which one of these icons is Connell? 'Cause I'm not seeing names.
A good way to do that, by the way, is go to the turn order and hover over Connell, for example, and it'll put a little yellow box around Connell.
So I don't have. So that works because I know his icon, but I don't have names next to Connell or VV or Torlu. I see Rizmar and Adamak in turn order.
Connell is a
But those are
zombie now.
Well, that's weird.
right.
Can't see. Yeah, does he? Oh, he does. There we go. We'll move him out the way. There we go.
My plan? Unless you're willing to tank a hit.
But yeah, just
So Adamek, you pick up one of these yellow gems, and you see this hordes of zombies just start plummeting from your friends from above. What do you do, Mr. Summoner of Zombies?
Do I have both the gems?
You have one of the gems.
Well, I might as well finish the deed and grab the other.
Sure.
I'll do that.
Okay. You'll have to move up a little bit.
anything else happen?
Oh, you go up and grab the other gem. You have 2 yellow gems now. Nothing else of note happens. I'll let that be your bonus action to do that.
Oh. My rage is a bonus action.
Oh, they.
Just go over and smack something.
I'm gonna just smack some things.
Alright.
That one.
Alright. Boss!
Oh, no.
Okay, roll damage.
Critical.
Let me just check one thing.
Oh, I don't have rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Man, it's a bummer.
Only
Let's
have
try it.
three health, sort of.
Let's see. 17. Nope. That zombie just cleave it into your mag. Even though you're not technically raging, you are angry. Whoosh. Zombie goes into.
Cool. I will attack another one.
Okay. Oh, hits again. Not a critical, unfortunately. A 9. Okay, so you do hit it again, and it doesn't fall this time. Looks at you. That's looking you in the eye with a weird type of rage inside its own eyes. Is that your turn, Adamak?
That is all I can do, I think. Yeah.
Okay, Mara, these creatures are crashing around you. You are surrounded by undead creatures. What do you do?
Alright, to confirm, these are zombies, right?
Well, they're creatures with rotting flesh, and they're moving. I mean, a zombie could be a recently dead person or a long dead person. You're not sure if these are zombies, but they definitely look well dead, and they're definitely moving around. So I'll let you draw your own conclusions from there.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a step sideways. I don't know if this guy gets a hit or not. It's kind of in between stuff.
I'm going to say yes. Oops. I'll put him there. He wasn't quite right on the grid. It reaches out, oomph, and rolls a 21, which I believe will hit.
Yep.
It's a nice roll. So, 6 points of damage. Yeah, 6 points of damage.
Okay. And then I will, as an action, grab my holy symbol, and I am turning undead.
What's the range? The radius? 30 feet. So let's light you up.
And if these are indeed zombies, I do have destroy undead CR1.
Okay, let's have a look.
Oh,
So Mara raises her holy symbol. I think for the first time you've done this. And this is well done. This zombie explodes next to you, Connell. This one as well. Connell gets just covered bits of zombies as they explode around them. Riz, you just dodge most of it. But yeah, there's a lot of carnage around you, Mara. Well done.
God bless Claire.
no.
Literally.
People ask, how strong is a dot? Fight zombies and you learn.
Yeah, that's nice, Mara. They're just absolute carnage. How did that guy right on the edge survive? A boom. Boom.
Yeah, in isoclass. In the laboratory.
Yeah, the very beginning.
You turned undead then?
The warlock.
And I'll say that guy to the north of the cavern. He'll go as well. So just an explosion of zombie guts as Mara unleashes the power of the Wayfinder.
Disgusting.
That is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, pretty much. Boom. So Riz, you two are covered in zombie guts. What do you do?
I look around and I go, Mara, 17. Run over to back. Oh.
1.
Let me double check that because I did not check the distance. So I'm pretty sure I'm within 30, but. Yeah, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna run over here, flank with Adamak. I'm gonna take a swing
Uh-huh.
with advantage.
Hits.
6.
14. Hit.
Plus sneak attack.
Twenty.
34 total.
Okay. It's not going to survive that. Even with his special thing. Nope. Goes down. Ugh, right in the ribcage.
Take one step up. Do my bonus action. For standard 20 and 3 damage.
Okay. You lop off part of its face and I'm not at all bothered by it. Triller is a little taken aback with Mara's destruction, but she wants to do her part. So she comes up to this zombie, whacks it with her quarterstaff, boom, boom, twice. Yeah, what are they? Hits both times. They're terrible rolls, but they do hit. She's going to follow up with a punch to the face. And that hits a 13, 20. Zombie. Yeah, zombie. That's weird. There we go. Alright, so she starts pummeling into the zombie and the zombie falls. Vivi.
Gonna move right here, and then I'll just hit this guy with thunder gauntlets.
Yep.
23 to hit.
Yep.
7 lightning.
Yep.
Again.
Does not fall.
Another 7.
Okay, so total of 14 damage to this one here. Okay. Got it. Still standing.
Still alive?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 14 damage does not take it down.
Okay,
That's it.
bonus action, I'm just gonna activate the thing that I have. I forgot what it's called. The defensive field for temporary HP.
Sure. Connell.
Yeah, Connor's gonna wipe his face off and junk out his face and kind of flick his wrist with the zombie up here and throw a firebolt.
Okay. Against the one that Vivi hit?
Yeah. I do a lot with some.
Okay. Does do a decent amount. Let's... It goes down with the... 7... Yeah, it goes down with the firebolt.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll walk over here and just keep this side and show what's over behind him, so. That's it.
Okay. Did you get my whisper there, Mara?
No. Actually.
Anything you wish to say as a free action?
Who? What?
Did you get it?
No, let me just refresh. Let me see if it is my...
I can whisper it to you again. But sure.
Because I can see everybody typing normally. It's very
Oh, that's what that whisper I got was about.
Oh yeah, the guns is from Connell. The guns is from the Artificer class itself. They
cool.
automatically get proficiency in them.
That's cool. That's cool. You had Gunslinger in there too. I've seen it before. Gunslinger in the class with the Artificer.
Okay, and now I've received it for some reason. I don't know why that fixed it.
It's weird.
Oh, okay. Well, we need to go now. Like right now, preferably.
Where are we going?
Yeah, you know where.
Away from here because there are more coming.
Okay, I can do something for a little while.
If it was your turn, feel free to do that.
More, you need to get away from that back edge then.
These creatures all get up and they surround Turlu, and these other ones start lumbering forward. So these ones, they surround Turlu, but they're not quick enough to get there, but they're definitely approaching. Yeah, so you see some creatures coming just out of the line of your sight there, Adamak, and they all start reaching around Turlu and start clawing at her. What do you do?
I mean, I guess I'll go help her.
Sound like Forrest Gump.
Only thing to do. 40. I mean, I can get there. I'll go there.
No bonus actions you wish to do?
Oh, there are. I will do it now that I'm close so I can zap something.
Oh, there we go.
So I'll rage and then I'll hit
Yep.
that one.
Dexterity, these things are not very dexterous. They're also a dirty one? Not sure how to say it. It's not a natural one. A dirty one? Dirty 20? I don't know. But yes, 5 points of lightning damage. Got it.
Got him. That's my turn.
Mara.
Oh boy.
Can I use a reaction?
Sure.
I just want to say, buy me some time.
Okay.
I'll buy if you got time so I can. I'm down the list. Way down the list.
I just want to say it before Mara did something, because she's the one who told us about more coming.
Here. Okay.
Mara needs coffee. I can tell.
Oh. I see. Okay. I'm gonna drag some stuff onto the map in just a second here.
If it's dimly lit.
So what's that, Mara?
It is going to be some other Ring of Stars, but I can use 3 of them and they don't have to be in the same place.
Okay.
It's 60 feet. I think that is the most efficient that I can do at the moment.
Okay.
So that is.
So what's going on, Mara? What does this look like?
So I kind of extend my hand out, and from my ring, 3 little stars shoot out of it into kind of the cubes that I've put out in front of me.
Nice.
And then as soon as they reach the spot, they kind of like explode into like little tiny like firecrackers.
Nice.
It's showered in sparks.
So let's start with these first 3 here. Let's get them to make 3 dexterity saving throws. 2, 3. What is it? 15. So they all fail. So we'll roll 5d4. So 12. So I'll take 12 off all of these guys. Actually, I'll just remove this cube. So we'll take 12. Yeah, they don't die. Take a lot of damage though. And the next cube, let's do 3 more dexterity checks. 2, 3. No. And let's do the last cube. 1, 2, 3. Ah, they all fail. Okay. So get this one. Okay, Wiz, what are you doing?
Okay. So my first question is if the hall is completely dimly lit and we have dark vision, would we see maybe not detail but shape past our 60 feet? Because right now I'm black past 60 feet, so I don't even know what Morrowind did or anything. But would I see the gist of what was going on down there?
I mean, you see what your token sees.
Okay.
So yeah.
No, that's fine. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so Riz is gonna step over here. He's gonna close his eyes for a second, take a deep breath. He's gonna open them, and he's gonna try and figure out why there's no door at the end of this hallway. And
Okay.
there is some kind of puzzle or something he needs to figure out, or if there should be a door here.
So you're looking closely for here, maybe some type of gem indentation or a lever or something like this against this firewall?
Yep, just anything that would indicate that we should be able to progress past this wall versus this is a dead end and we're at the ass end of a trap.
Okay, so make a perception check then, at advantage. Yes, and Adamag does have the gems. You look closely, it just appears to be a dead-end hallway. So that would be your action. And I guess you can't really move either.
That was my bonus action, but yeah, I can only move 5 more feet for using the advantage.
Sure.
So I'm going to step this way, and then I'm going to shout to the party, this is a dead end.
Okay.
And if I can use my action, I want to... No, if I can't see her or any of them, I'm just gonna say this is the dead end.
Okay, got it. So Tulu starts saying, oh shit! And she brings out a quarterstaff, whacks one that's got hit by the stars, which is pretty much all of them. She hits once, she hits twice. For a total of 16 damage. And this one, it groans and writhes, but doesn't go down. It's just, oh, damn it! Goes to punch it in the face. Actually, she's going to use her flurry of blows. And, so, Constitution. It goes down. Vivi.
Gonna move 30 feet. Whoa. And I will shoot my gun.
Uh-huh.
On who will I shoot? I'll shoot this guy.
Alright.
The normal gun.
Okay. Hits. 15 damage. Lands into it. Shot off an arm, but is not worried about it. I think... 8 does it. Come on, decent roll. Haha! So you hit it. It falls to the ground dead. Both of its arms are now off. But then it reaches up and grabs its arm and prepares to hit Turley with its arm. It did go down for a second, but it pops back onto its feet. Actually, you can't grab both arms. It's got no arms.
Grab his arm with his foot.
I was just going to try and bite Turley. Yeah, can't grab both arms with no arms. So your turn, Vivi?
Bonus
It's just a
action,
flesh
I'm gonna
wound.
Shoot one more time.
Sure.
27.
Against the same one?
Yes.
At a 13. Or was it 18? Goes down again, you lop off its leg.
Son of a gun!
And it goes down. This time it stands up on one leg. Don't know if you've seen that Monty Python sketch with the guy fighting with both its arms and then both its legs cut off. For some reason it is. It's only a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh.
Donald.
Alright, he's gonna take this maximum movement here, which should be.
No zombie has ever shown such dexterity before.
Here, what do I see? Alright, that didn't help me much. Alright, well, then we're just gonna do the wizard thing and throw a fireball.
Ooh.
I'm gonna throw. Is it
Nice.
to the hallway? Do I know? Is it right here at the end where they're at, or is it deeper?
I don't know. What do you remember?
I don't know.
And that's the perfect picture you found there. Both Mara and Adamak. That's exactly what's happening.
I hit Daddy.
I miss having 2 screens.
2 screens. Good.
Yeah. Nah, you guys are fine. These are just zombies. He's gonna take his more movement.
Famous last words.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys have problems, I have time to do something more later. Oh, there's more there. Okay. That's all I can do now, though.
So there's a dash action?
Yeah.
Okay, so this zombie takes a step over to Turlu, so she's going to have 5 attacks. Let's do the one lacking 2 arms and a leg. 14. What is Turlu's AC? That misses, but she still has. It's going to step over the body of its dead buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our AC is 16, so that's 3 hits. 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. So she takes. Did I do the third one? She takes 12 points of damage. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's going to come here. And oops. These ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can move up over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3. Zombies. What are you gonna do? And that was B. Just 4 for that one. And so Adamak, there were 2 around you. So 2 of them are going to try and slam you once, twice. Your AC is 17 hits. But since you're raging, you take half of that, so 1 point of damage. Now it's your turn.
My turn. Whichever one hit me, I'm gonna hit him back.
Let's say this one.
Yeah, he's getting it.
You get the hammer.
I'm also gonna Great Weapon Master it.
Alright.
Oh,
That hits.
hit.
Does.
Okay.
So 21. I can't. Yeah, zombies have a habit of coming up again, but Adamak split it in 2 again. More zombie guts fly around the place.
I will smash another one.
Okay. This is one of the ones hit by the starburst thing. 8 does hit.
Oh my, what? Really? Okay. I'm not gonna.
26. No, can't survive that. goes down.
And then I'll zap a random one.
Okay.
For 5 lightning.
14. Oh, it makes it. So 2 points of damage to, let's say, this one.
Got
Okay.
it.
Mara.
There's a lot of them. What did we say about like components with gold value? Do I have to buy them while I'm in towns, right? Or is it? Can I just?
I said for resurrection spells like Razor Dead, you need diamonds for that. How much is the spell costing? What's the spell?
100 gold. I'm looking at Dawn.
Can you bring up the description for me?
Make sure that I have this clicked properly.
Sure. The light of the dawn. The sun, it is creature, it's like a... I think that would be alright. But it's not consumable, right?
No.
Yeah, it's fine. Yep.
So that is 30-foot radius. So that's a circle.
Whoa!
We're gonna move that just a smidgen
30-foot radius. Yep.
so that we're not hitting any of our buddies.
Okay.
And yeah.
Must make... So,
It did roll for damage, so you
20.
take that.
Okay. Alright. So let me just move that to the back. So these guys, regardless, these are the ones you hit with your starburst thing. They go down. That one goes down. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 constitution throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so... and the DC was 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 make it, which is pretty good. So these guys will take 10. Choose ones at random. So those guys make it. And none of them die, by the way.
That's okay.
But some of them are more sunlighted than the rest of them, or dawned.
And that spell is a concentration spell, so it is there for a minute.
Mm.
Move it if I want.
Okay, got it. Okay. And this guy. Okay, Mara. Dawn rains down from above and the creature starts falling apart. They did not like that at all. And what type of damage was it? Radiant. Okay, you're good. So that's Mara. Riz.
So my one question is with her using, I don't know specifics of that spell or cleric stuff, but her using a light beam, would I see that? Because I don't store the light.
I think you would. I'm going to say with this dawn spell going off, I'm going to say everybody can see everything. I'm going to do that.
Go to the light.
Okay, there's some things going on.
Welcome to the party.
Right. So let's go ahead and do this up 30 feet. I'll get right there. And okay, so I don't know which ones outside of the ray have taken damage, right? That's fine. I am sorry, Malcolm, and I don't have the immediate tools to know where to look. What is a short bow's range for when it becomes disadvantage?
Let's have a look.
Or is it 60?
Let's have a look. On your short bow. Should say in there, shouldn't it? 80. Take a shot with your short bow, and it should show up in the description for it. But to answer your question, 80 is the short range, and 320 is the long range.
So I just put it in my inventory as a custom item, so I didn't have, and I don't have books with me. Normally I have my player book right beside me, but I'm traveling at the moment.
Yep, so 80.
Gotcha. Alright, so 80 feet means I can hit all of this. I'm gonna hit this one.
This one here?
And that, yeah, sorry, that was my other question. Because I was holding my scimitar already, how do we treat weapon swapping in this campaign? I don't know if that came up, and I don't know. Is it a bonus action, full action?
Just, it's a free action. Just do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna swap and shoot that one right there.
Okay.
Bow.
Fuck, so just a straight roll. That hits.
So I'm gonna get sneak attack using melee with BB.
Well, it's in melee with Tulu at least. So this.
Sorry.
Yeah, and yeah.
Somebody.
Even with zombies, undead fortitude goes down. Had 1 hit point left. This was the guy with 2 legs, with 1 leg and no arms. So the MVP has gone down.
The memes have to go, okay. And then I'm going to take my bonus action to dash. And dash right here.
Okay. So Tulu is going to feel slightly better. Start wailing on the one to the south of her. Once, twice, and a punch. Oh, it's terrible rolls, but still 3 hits. 1, 2, 3, so 15, 19. It does not go down. Vivi.
I will move. One, two, three. I'll go right here. And I will cast lightning bolt.
Against these 4 guys here? Or 5 guys, I guess.
Yeah, it's a 100-foot line.
So right through there. Okay, roll damage.
31.
31. You're still gonna do it in the straight line there?
Oh yeah, straight line to get these 5.
Sure. Okay, so 15. Yeah, even if they make their save, they all go down. They had 12 hit points left thanks to Mara's daylight spell or dawn spell. So, tuck. All the zombies go down. All right, Connell.
Alright, so what's we again? Mass. So, well, they're all gonna go down probably next turn. I'll go ahead and use a little fireball spell. You might throw in the cylinder up there, the sphere up there, so I can see it and place it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so multiple areas of effects happening here, so that's cool. So 20-foot circle. Boom. There you go, drag that around, Connell.
Oh, yep. Change the thing. So let's see. Let's then, yeah, I think I missed all but 2 of them, I think.
Okay.
I can move a little bit, probably. Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure I'm not sure it gets this one at all.
Yeah.
Like, close enough, you got it.
Everything gets obliterated. Combination of the Dawn and the Fireball is too much for most things, including these zombies. So all the zombies in your Fireball go down. Okay. Did I get a turn? Someone said that one right on the edge survived. And I'm going to start with this one. This is their big hope. If they can hit Mara and they can break her concentration, then things are good. Come on! It rolls 13. And not good enough. This one, though, still got someone here. This one's going to attack Atomac. One right next to Atomac rolls 18, which I believe hits. Okay, so take 7, reduced to 3 because you're raging. So this one right next to Atomac. This one will come and attack Vivi. This one will come and attack Turlu. So let's do Turlu first. Rolls a 16, which does hit. She takes 2 bludgeoning. And the one attacking Vivi rolls a 9. No good. And I think that's all the ones. Oh, another one attacks Turlu. And, hits again. Turlu is getting beaten up. Turlu takes that much damage, 6 bludgeoning. She's still up, looking a bit not healthy. This one going to come up and attack Turlu as well. Come on, Turlu, survive. Rolls 8, so that misses. These guys are going to start going through the Dawn. They get a little bit, and they start collapsing and burn up in the radiance. Goes forward, ends its turn inside there, burns up in the radiance. This one goes forward, tries to get through, comes up, burns up in the radiance. Atomac!
I will hit the one in front of me.
Okay.
Is this the one in front of Turlu, Bruno?
10.
This one here. 10 hits. 14. Okay, still up. Oh, no, not 14. 24. So another 10. It's down.
Yay. And then I will help Turlu with the army that is attacking her and hit one that's close.
Okay. Go. Great Weapon Master again is 11 minus 7 is 4. Wow. Yep, you miss it.
Got it.
Getting confident too much and it goes down.
Can't
Ah.
you know.
Ah.
I'll zap him still.
Sure.
For 1
Ah.
damage.
I'm not even going to roll the saving throw. So that guy's on -1. Okay. Move him back. Mara.
Okay, not even caring that I am in this guy's range, I'm going to move forward and take an attack.
Come on. Come on. Break the concentration. 5.
And I'm going to level 3 Cure Wounds on Turlu.
Okay. So that's 14 points. Okay, she's looking a lot healthier. Okay. Riz. So let's clean up this area around you guys. Oh, deleted the zombies initiative. That's alright.
They're last anyways.
Yeah, they're on 9. Yep. Turn.
Is that where all the live ones are? I just want to make sure before
Yeah, the 3 kind of around Adamek there are the ones.
Okay, so I'm gonna move in this path to avoid attacks of opportunity. Actually, no, he's not. He's just gonna beeline it. All right, so 30 feet there. So for my movement, I'm gonna move here, which will put me in and out of combat of 2 if they get attacked.
Yep. 1, 2. Rolled a 13 and a 15.
Both miss.
Mhm.
While he's running, he's gonna swap back to his scimitar, which will change his AC back to 18. He's going to use his dash action to go another 30 feet.
You know that you'll take damage from that if you end your turn inside of the blue circle.
Okay. I don't think Riz knows that because he
Okay, fair enough. So what?
But I am going to go here. And do I see any more zombies moving forward?
Nope.
The hall. Okay.
Yep.
The hall's clear. And then I'm going to take my action and go another 30.
So Riz, you were so fast that you go through this dawn spell at a sprint. You get a little singed, but you do not take any damage. It's only if you end your turn in this blue thing, so you're good. Turlu! Come on, Turlu. One right in front of her. Quarterstaff. Bump! 8 bludgeoning. Constitution. It's a 13. This one. It's pops back up again, so she whacks it again with her quarterstaff. And once again, gonna need a Constitution saving throw. Stays up again. Then will not die, so she whacks it with an unarmed strike. Which will most certainly hit for Constitution. Needs a 9. Finally it goes down. Vivi.
Gonna move. Whoops. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll attack this one.
Okay.
With my pistol. No.
Uh-huh.
Not my pistol. My gauntlets.
Okay. Hits.
Got advantage actually.
So we'll take the first one, so 9 points of damage. Got it.
And then second attack. Ooh, 11.
Hits.
Ooh.
Still up. Just.
Well, that's all I can do.
Cuddle. There are 3 zombies left.
Oh, it was Mutinous, of course. Yeah, just firebolt.
Good.
Raise arm, the ball forms in his hand again, the fire fills it up, and puts his wrist, and it flies toward it. Eventually. Like,
There we go. The suspense. 10 damage against which one?
right. Whichever one's most hurt, I guess. Which one's hurt, I should say.
This one is most hurt.
Okay.
And let's see if it can come back from the dead. 15. Oh, it does, yeah. Shakes it off.
It's fire damage, though, right?
Isn't it?
Oh!
Does that matter? Actually, it's radiant damage, not fire. Because, yeah, radiant damage.
What type of damage are you doing, Connell?
Radiant.
Radiant is the one you wanted. Fire it doesn't actually count for some reason, but Radiant does. So there we go. Down it goes. Okay. I assume that's your turn.
Thanks for reminding me that I'm doing radiant.
Ah. So the first attack against Tulu misses, against VV it misses. Adamak. 2 left.
A smash.
Smash!
Maybe. Nate.
8 does hit. 27. It's not coming back from that. Down it goes. There is just as... Let's just have to shuffle a little bit, but I don't imagine that's a problem. Smash! 12. Yep. And down it goes. Okay, with that, all the hordes of zombies go down. And
Wow.
as the last one falls, you hear a voice echoing through the dungeon.
Oh, this voice.
And it says, I just need to check on my kids. Tuck them in good night.
Can't see.
But I have something else to say. I'll be right back.
Okay.
My baby.
As soon as I saw that there were zombies, I'm like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
First
Level,
time,
yeah.
right? You see zombies at a high level, and you're like, I got this.
Yeah, all you are dead again.
Yeah, you
I couldn't
honestly
even
saved us
see-
so much time.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see the whole horde on the second half, but I was surprised you didn't just run into them and turn undead all over again.
I like saving them just in case, because I don't know what's gonna happen, and
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
What
feels
you
like a
got-
waste on a bunch of like
Mhm.
zombies.
Well, these were really easy ones too. I mean, you guys could have meleeed them all the way through if you wanted to. I mean, it was more of like how fast you want to kill them.
No, see
Does-
that's the thing that people fuck up on is like when there's that many and you try and melee through them, you're killing like 5 or 6 a turn, and it ends up being like 20 to take a swing per turn.
Yeah, and I'm saying that that's the thing is that I thought about saying what figuring what spells you got, and because we can go a long time with sometimes in these and without resting. So it's
Right.
all about trying to keep things in reserve. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I wasn't sure if more were gonna show up, so I was running to
Yeah.
ready in action to grab the second blue gem as soon as the last person got into the
Oh, yeah.
room to see if it would like instantly close the door and cut them all off if more were
Uh-huh.
coming. That's why I was like, they got this. I just need to use my rogue speed to get to the end.
I mean, Eddie, you taking damage really?
No, I haven't taken damage in the last 2 fights.
I
Right up,
think
yeah. Hey, might have
Turlu
some.
was the only one that got hurt in this.
No, I got smacked. I took 6
did you?
damage.
6, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
I came into it with 36 health, and I'm at like 30.
So for you now, that's no damage. You used to get hit.
Yeah, it's my job.
Right.
His sole purpose in life is to just get beat around.
Man, if you took 6 damage, that means like 3 of them successfully landed a blow on you while raging.
Yo.
I was kind of expecting this ally to like do some weird shit and try and either turn us to stone or like laser beam our asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Or,
he
like,
said it
I
was
mean, it won't.
stone.
It likely won't kill us. So
Right,
it's
but that's
not-
why I was like, everyone just get behind it. Like, let's just
Yeah.
let's play this one out.
That's cool.
Even I don't know if you guys remember me mentioning it, but even on the laptop, like I'll randomly have the maps, the window screen scroll to the bottom and drop the map, even on the laptop. So I don't know what's
That's weird.
causing this.
No, not either. I'm
The only thing I can
to
think
see
of, the only thing I can think of is it's this Razer mouse somehow causing it, like with its software, because it's the only consistency between the two is using the Razer mouse.
Oh, Addie and Mario are the computer people. They'll tell you all. They can tell you.
See, I'm not tech savvy at all. For as much as I play on computers, I'm like, nah, it either works or it doesn't, and I turn it on and off.
Pretty much.
Like if that all doesn't work, it wasn't meant to happen, or someone smarter has to come in and fix this shit.
Yeah, same.
I know what I need to know when I need to know it.
Yeah, honestly, that's why I use a Mac, because it's just so easy to use.
I like the Mac a lot, yeah.
Do you guys play a lot of computer games?
I do not.
No, I
See,
mostly
that's-
just play on like my PlayStation.
See, that's where Mac fails. Is the moment you start playing games like through your computer, you start to realize like, oh, Mac's the oddball. This is where shit gets complicated.
Yeah, like I get
Agreed.
so sad because my friends, they play that Among Us game with the voice mod, and you need a Windows computer to use it. And I'm just like, dang, everyone's just talking, and I'm just not
I got-
hearing anything.
I have a 9 and 10. I have a 9 and 10-year-old. We have 2 Xboxes in this house. And it's never available. So I just use it right or something.
What?
Yeah, so like,
Sorry, feel free to continue the small talk. It's fine.
No, we're good.
we're good. We're done.
Alright. So, with all the zombies defeated, you do in fact hear that voice, and it is not for some reason tucking in its kids, but it says, "Ah, you killed my pretty pets! Just stay away! Leave before my scarier pets get you! Just go away!" And that's all you hear.
No thanks.
I'm gonna rush the statue and ready to pull out the second blue gem the moment the entire party gets out of this hallway.
Okay.
I don't know if we're still in turn order.
Nope, you're not in turn order.
Alright, so I'm gonna be behind it, and just as soon as they clear the room and they're out of the line of sight for the owl, I'm gonna pull that second gem out.
Okay. You pull the second gem out, nothing of note happens.
Are these precious gems, or are they just colored?
You might be able to get like 50 gold pieces for them.
For the pair or individually?
Individually.
I'm sure they're precious to someone.
I just want to write it
50
in
gold
correctly.
pieces is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. So, Atomac, in your possession, you have 2 yellow gemstones.
Yeah. I'll hand them to Riz.
Okay.
Like, you know what to do.
You just gave a thief gems, man. Just saying.
Oh, it's this way now.
I will suggest that we go back into our previous strategy just to make sure.
I enjoy the moment that the team goes right and Vita goes left. Is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. So as soon as Mara's ready,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Plug in both gems from behind.
Okay. Okay. So this time the room does some rotating again. At this time, as you place the yellow gems in, the door in the far east opens.
What the?
That's a lot of dead shit.
Ah, damn it, I left the dynamic lighting off. Yeah, so eventually you pluck up the courage and open the door, and you just see blood smears everywhere, pools of blood, and that's what you see.
From the doorway, a assuming the pattern's gonna follow. Do me or Mara see gems in the far walls with our passive perception?
Ha!
Aha! He got us.
So I assume the door is opened as Connell uses his magical abilities to teleport through a doorway. Okay, so you're trying to keep an eye out for some types of gems. You look around. Nothing. Even with your passive perceptions of 27 and what's Riz? 20, yeah.
I'm gonna ask everyone to just step in the room into the owl's chamber again, and I want to do the same thing. Pull one gem out, see if anything happens. Pull 2 gems out if nothing happens. Again, see if something happens.
1 and 1.
You put in a yellow one and a blue one?
No, I just want to pull out one yellow one, see if the doorways shift again, and if nothing happens, pull out the second yellow one and see if something happens.
So popping out both the yellow ones, nothing happens.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pocket those as well.
Okay.
Are we investigating room now?
Are they also worth 50?
Yep.
Could we ball bearing this door?
Ooh, smart.
Riz under someone? Because I don't see him.
I was.
Oh, okay. Alright,
I
just
saw
checking.
mine and not Connell. I didn't realize he was there.
Connell is giving him a piggyback ride.
So, are these doors swinging open, or are they like going into the walls?
They swing open into the room.
I will drop the bearing on this corner, like we did in the lava pedestal room.
So right in the kind of door jamb here, preventing the door from swinging all the way shut.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead and step in.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
It's a pool of blood.
Okay.
Pool of
blood.
Yeah.
It's very pink blood.
It is. Should have added more of a red tinge. These ones look pretty cool, though, I must say.
But there's
stuff.
no body mass attached to any of this.
Nope.
Stuff, right?
Nope.
Are there any scratch marks on any of the walls?
As soon as you take that last step into the room, the doors behind you try and shut. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect. I'm going to give it a chance of the ball bearing popping out. Why don't you roll me a d6, Riz, and not roll a 1 or a 2?
No pressure.
Doors, man.
Okay, so this door doesn't open up. But this creature pops into existence and looks around you. You hear that voice once again says, "You've destroyed my little pet, but you have no chance against the Nullifier." Roll for initiative.
Nullifier?
I'll write it in chat.
Dang, I was about to say, can I look above me to see if something's above us?
Nullifier.
Come on, give me a good initiative this time.
Good old 7.
Oh, Turlu, can't forget Turlu. Okay, so that door is open. And, yeah, Connell, you're the first to react as the door crunches behind you but does not close. This creature turns to you and just snarls. What do you do? Connell?
Sorry. I'm going to
Sir?
try to make a shoulder and cast haste.
on Adamak. Okay.
Yes.
You'll be concentrating on that. And I looked for a token for hates, but I couldn't find one. Let's put a clock one on it. There we go. Messing around with the time.
Roll my initiative, Malcolm. I just rolled it right.
Oh, okay. So you will be next, will you? Yes, so Connell, you cast haste on Adamak. Adamak, you're all set to go. Do you stay where you are, Connell?
Yes.
Okay, so Adamak, you feel the adrenaline surging through you. So it's +2 to AC, and do you know how it works, Adamak?
Yeah, and I get double movement and 3 attacks now.
Yes, that's right. Phoebe!
I'm gonna take 2 shots at it.
Okay.
My gun. Oh, that's just a 20, not a 20.
Just a 20. Oh, 20 does hit. Take something. 8 piercing. Got it. Okay, so it does hit. Does do damage. Yep.
Second shot.
18 does hit as well for 10 points of damage. Okay, it's.
Bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you said what?
Yeah, no, you're good. So bonus action.
Bonus. I'm doing the defensive shield again, or the defensive field to temporary hit points, and I'll move right here.
Okay, Liz.
Use steady aim.
Okay.
Pull out my bow.
Nice. Bounces off this thing's leathery hide. It's a shocking roll with advantage, my friend.
It is. So you get for all them 25 and 29.
Okay, so
And I have 0 movement, so that is my turn.
okay, Turlu. Your base movement speed is pretty fast.
A 5 and a 2.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As she enters that blood, you see her slip a little bit. But she's fine. She slips a little bit, slides a little bit, and goes right up next to the creature. I gotta, come on! Gotta take this thing down! And that was Turlu. Okay, now it's its turn. Okay. Okay, can somebody... Mara, can you roll me a d20, please? Ooh, nice. Okay, that was a save for Turlu, as this creature just starts making this horrible, horrid gnashing sound. Just, even those who are not particularly close to it, you cover your ears. It is just horrible. But Turlu is made from stronger stuff than that, but the creature does take a step over here and continues this horrible gnashing sound. And I need Riz and Vivi to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
I'll tell you, it's a 16. Fail. Okay, when we get back to you, Vivi, I'll put a little dot on you. I'll tell you what happens.
Do I see something I can use Chrono Shift on, or is it something I can't see?
No, you can.
Okay, I'll let him roll again.
Okay, so 16 is a magic number.
I'm going to Flash of Genius myself.
And then you guys obviously want to avoid whatever's going to happen. Yes, you shake your heads time. You try again for some reason. Still doesn't work, but then you think, aha, I got it.
Great mind collaboration.
You can use your reactions. Okay, so that's a reaction gone. Okay, so the thing is going to start raking into Turlu. Turlu's the sacrificial lamb at this point. I try and
She's just an NPC.
Wow.
Just kidding.
oh, the first one misses. Tries to grab it with one of its claws. Grabs it with its other claw. That one does hit. Does 22 points of damage to Turlu as this claw rakes across her front. And it's got hold of her as well. It has got her in one of its clawing things. And if you look closely at it, it's actually quite disgusting. It's got more than one mouth. And it's going to try and now, with Turlu in one hand, it's going to try and feed it into its gullet. Tries to bite her with it carrying in its hand. It rolls in 18. Oh, Turlu. It's a big chomp out of Turlu for a total of 21 damage. And Turlu falls prone in this creature's grip as it starts biting into her. She is in trouble. Adamak.
I'm going to run in and scream in its face because it just hurt our temporary ally.
Temporary ally.
And I'm gonna rage.
Okay, let me just check one thing. Okay. Off you go.
And then I will zap it with my rage activated. Lightning.
Okay. Okay, so dexterity saving throw. Rolls a 14, so makes it, so 1 point of lightning damage. Got it.
And then I'm gonna attempt to make 3 attacks on it.
Yep.
19.
Hits.
Perfect.
Hit.
23.
Yep.
And
Oh, yep, 3 hits. So let's do 19. Got it. 18 and 12. Okay. So if you start carving bits into it, it's... Yeah. Okay. Mara.
Is Turlu dead, or is she like up still? What is going on with Turlu right now?
She is not dead, but she's well on her way.
Okay, I'm gonna try to cast Confusion.
Okay.
10-foot radius. Let's see here. Make sure none of the friends are in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already confused all the time.
And it's a... type of spell, is it? Wisdom. Okay, so Wisdom. Advantage. Looks momentarily stunned, but shakes off the effect.
It beat the save?
And beat the save, yep. But are you going to maintain concentration on that? Try it again next turn? While we...
No, sorry.
Does it go away right away?
No, I think because it says concentration up to 1 minute. I assume that means that if a creature is confused, you keep your concentration on it to maintain that confusion. But if you get hit, for example, the confusion might end on the creature. So I think since it made its saving throw, it doesn't really matter from this point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna poof it away then. Yeah.
Yep, there we go. So we don't need to worry about concentration. Do you move?
Yes. And I'm going to yell as I'm going. Trying to divert its attention.
Okay, make an intimidation check at disadvantage. Just stop it, evil guy. Just stop. Yeah, it didn't work. Good try though. Connell.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my turn, and then when I see it start to move or attack, I'm gonna use this.
Okay. Interesting. It's just Val DC.
So DC is 17. Basically, I'm trying to steal a turn from it.
Okay. Alright, okay. So as soon as it moves or do anything, you'll fire off a momentary status. Got it. Vivi.
My thing is still loading.
Okay.
Theater them on, man. Theater them on.
Since me and Riz have the same initiative, can we just go first?
Yeah, technically you can choose. So why don't we have Riz, and then when you're back with us, Vivi, you can go. So Riz.
Okay. Yeah, he just went no. Yep. Just gonna go ahead and do it. Make sure this is good. Yep. I'm gonna flank with Adamak.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out my scimitar. And just start chopping away.
24 does hit. Feel free to do some sneak on top of that.
Some sneaky sneak.
Got it. Okay. So, yep, still looking pretty good.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to just go ahead and attack you.
Okay. Okay. Two. Got it. Okay, Turlu's going to make a death saving throw. And she roll. She's
Down. Okay.
Nope, yep.
Oh,
Down.
conscious?
Yep, and failed one death saving throw.
Yeah, 1 second.
No, he said that she was knocked down, prone.
Yep.
Dead.
Okay.
Oh, I'm good now.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, Vivi.
I am going to run up right here.
Okay.
And I will attack him with the Thunder Gauntlets.
Okay. Okay.
5 to hit.
No effect.
Oh. Shit. That changes it.
Flash of genius.
So, GM, I have a question. So, for the effect to work, it just says it has to be hit. Does it have to be damaged? Would you rule that for the disadvantage on attack rolls to take effect?
Your armored fist counts as a simple melee, and he does when a creature hit by the gauntlet on attack rolls. Yeah, as the armor magically emits a distracting pulse, it didn't even get distracted by it. So I'm going to say no.
Oh, shit. And I'm going to take out my gun and then shoot him in the face.
Solid plan.
Which face?
Oh, there's more than one face?
There's some on his chest. Zoom in on it.
Face.
Yeah, there you go. Well, which face? Oh, it's definitely only one face, but many mouths. Regardless, smack it right in the face, and it takes 11 points of damage. Staying where you are, Vivi? Oh, yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay around, but bonus action, I'm gonna shoot again.
Sure. Ooh. Oh, shocking.
That ain't shit.
I was gonna say your crit did less.
All right.
That's it.
You see it reach into itself and kind of goes, whoosh, and kind of like, you know, at the end of the Matrix when Neo kind of reaches into himself and goes whoosh, like that. That's what it does. Adamek, you are no longer hasted. In fact, you are in fact stunned. When haste wears off, you become exhausted. I don't have a stun. Let's do that one. So you're stunned. Yep. And
What was that? Was it a spell or was it they did?
That's a good question.
Well, I saw something else I can do too. I know it. Let's see. It's a spell for sure. A counter spell.
I tell you what, you don't know, and I'm not going to tell you, but you can make an Arcana check for me. I'm going to say if you beat an Arcana check DC 12, then I will tell you whether it was a spell or not.
Okay.
Either way, does his momentary stasis go off?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Oh yeah. Before we can do any movement, I'll do the stasis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for movement or attack, so I should have the stasis first.
No effect.
Rip the dream.
It was not a spell.
Okay.
But your readied action does go off with your status field. No effect.
Okay.
So the boss is just a dick. Got it.
So that was your readied action, so that's it. Now, I need everybody except Connell to make me a, what is it? It's a wisdom saving throw. Everyone except Connell. And I guess Turlu, technically. So wisdom saving throws. Mara, you're fine?
Still get one if I'm stunned, or do I just automatically fail?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oof.
Let me get out my DM screen here, which was useful about a year ago. Creature automatic fail strength and dexterity. So no, you can make the save.
7.
Okay. Mara, yeah, you're good. If there's any tricks VV, Wiz, or Adamak wants to do, now would be the time.
I cry.
You cry?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the dreaded red dots on everybody except Mara.
Riz digs deep in himself and ignores all consequences the DM may throw at him.
Wasn't aware of that special ability. Okay, but as the haste fades from your system, Adamak, the life just drains out of you, and attack rolls against you have advantage.
Cool.
So it's just going to throw Turlu to the ground. I'm not going to be super nasty and let her fail a death saving throw for that. But it's going to try and bite you, Adamak, at advantage. And it rolls a 21, so that will hit. And it's actually, thematically it does better if I do it that way. Yeah, that would be 3 hits. Now, are you raging?
Yes.
It
Yep.
ends early if you're knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature.
So I think you are still raging, technically.
Cool.
So from the bite, take 15 damage. That's I've already halved it, so it was 30. Goes down to 15.
Okay.
That one there is 14. And the last one, I think this is going to take you down, is another 5. Oh, just.
So I have my...
Oh, you do. So you're on 1 hit point.
Woo!
Wow. Lucky. And I think
Living the dream.
that's all I can do. That's it. Adamek, you are still up though. But you are stunned. Now you are not stunned.
Yeah.
That's your turn. Mara. Oh, wait a sec. No. Nah. Let me see. No. There was something that could happen from the dreaded red dot, but you were stunned, so you literally couldn't do anything, so you're fine. Mara.
Okay, I'm going to yell at VB to go grab Turlu, and I'm going to run over here.
Okay, make me an acrobatics check as you slide through the blood.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Will she eat it?
You're fine. Even with your -1, that's a great roll.
And I'm going to life transference onto Adamak.
Oh, nice. I love this spell.
Doing your voodoo.
Okay.
So take...
Get double that.
38.
Uh-huh.
Wicked.
Connell.
So, when this was it an action for it to nullify these things? This golden yellow sphere here, is that like for its active effect now?
That's Adamak's thing.
Yeah, this is Adamex. That's his rage.
Facing with an action, it did, right?
Well, you saw it reach into itself and go boom, and then just start tearing into Adamak.
Even with your life transference, so you're only at 19, right, Adamak?
Ooh,
No, it's double
wait a
that.
minute. Wait.
Okay.
Sorry, wait.
39.
Wait.
What, sorry?
Wait.
Uh-oh.
He will never.
No, you're fine. Sorry, carry on.
Like, am I going back to 1?
No. As I described, it happens. I don't need to retcon anything. But Connell, what do you do?
Okay, so I'm trying to understand what happened. I'm trying to understand what happened with the effect. So it's an action that he did to nullify the spells. Yeah. I'm trying to think about trying to add it using the polymorph on you, but I don't want to waste a spell. It's gonna just be gone in one move.
You should turn into a wolf, Connell.
When did we? I know I did that when we fought in the It's been a long rest since I've done that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
When
Up the mountain and dealt with the avalanche and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Then yeah, I'll use my action to go ahead and change.
All right.
Nice.
So into wolf form. I assume wolf form as opposed to werewolf form.
Yeah, it's werewolf form. I'm sorry. Well, I'm
That's
sorry,
a-
werewolf. I'm
It's like
sorry.
the wolf is thinking with the concentration.
No, I meant werewolf. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Perfect.
I'm a raging beast. What are the big meanings of life? Okay, that was concentration on haste. Anyway, so regardless, it doesn't really matter.
It's gone. That's an action to change. So
Oh, okay. Movement?
I'm gonna move to here to position myself for the next move.
Okay. Vivi, roll me a d8. 2. Yeah, you're just completely confused what's happening, and you think, oh shit, and you would just start panicking, and the net effect is you are stunned. You're frozen in place. You don't know what the hell to do. Pretty much. Riz, can you also roll me a d8? Eight.
Nice. What's that do?
Oh, he did confuse.
Ooh. What did you wield last turn? Your scimitar thing?
My scimitar makes my AC at 18. My will save was a nat 1.
See, but what weapon are you wielding at the moment?
Oh, yeah, my scimitar. So I'm probably killing Lulu.
Hmm.
That's what a 7 and 8 does by confusion.
Okay, I'm going to get you to roll. I wanted to explain it first, so don't roll it yet. I want you to roll a d8, and you do not want a 1 to 4. You do not want a 1 to 4.
Okay.
Just
Alright.
attack yourself on a 1 to 4.
No pressure. Oh, you rolled an 8. Oh,
We're doing some stretches. We're reaching, stretching the hamstring. All right, we're ready. Ready. Hit that enter button.
okay.
5. That's what stretching does.
Oh, I was confused. That was your first roll. Yes, so good. So, the thing was, with an 8, you use an action to make a melee creature against a random creature other than itself, if it's within reach. So your choices was the creature or Turlu. If you rolled a 1 to 4, you would have literally killed Turlu. She has failed 1 death saving throw, and when you hit a creature when it's down, it's an automatic crit, i.e. 2 failed saving throws. So a 1 to 4, you literally would have killed Turlu.
Riz
But
with that. Curly was kind of a bitch the last time he talked.
but you can attack the creature, but just a straight attack, and there won't be any sneak attack damage. So just one straight attack against the creature.
25.
Yeah, so 14. That's a good net effect. And that's your turn. That's all you can do. Turlu. Mm-hmm.
I was just asking, do we make a save to break out of confusion at the end of our turn? Or
Um,
effective in general?
The effect has ended, but keep in mind the creature has a turn coming up. So,
Right.
actually, let's say Mara, the healer, roll a d20 and don't roll a 1. Let's roll a d20. Okay, so she has 1 success now. 1 success, 1 failure. A natural 1 would have been the death of Tulu as well. So that was her death saving throw. Everybody, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna get a turn.
Alright.
It's alright,
More
don't
stretching. More
worry.
So it starts going.
Oh my gosh.
Mara fail.
I'm gonna lucky myself.
Sure. Yeah, so Mara's fine. So let's go through Adamak. Nope. You can have the dreaded red dot. Vivi, I almost want to give you 2 red dots. Riz, you're fine. Connell has an 18 coming up eventually. Okay, that's fine. So it's just Vivi and Atomac that failed. Okay, Adam. Atomac, roll me a d8.
God bless for not being in range of him.
Uh-oh.
7. So, this is going to be a random attack. So on a 1, you're going to roll a d6. On a 1 to 2, it's Mara. On a 3 to 4, it's Vivi. And on a 5 to 6, it's this guy. So roll a d6 for me, Adamak. Oh! Okay, just a straight attack. Just 1 straight attack. 20 hits. And you guys are lucked out there. Are you raging though?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he attacked last time, did he not?
No,
He got hit
I
last
Oh,
time.
he, sorry.
I got
But he
He got
got
hit though, didn't he?
Yeah.
before my turn though.
right. So it's
So it's-
as long as you got hit or did damage or attack before your next turn.
Yeah, the creature did.
Well,
Uh,
your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then. I took
Attack-
damage on my last turn.
So I think the rage has faded.
I think so.
Okay, so we'll take. I think that's right. We've been standing around doing nothing
Pretty much.
because of the stun. Oh, but did it take? No, it attacked you while you were stunned. No, yeah, you're still raging. You're still raging.
Okay.
I think so. We'll take another 3 damage off it. Okay, and that's your dreaded red dot gone. For now, Mara.
For now.
How is this thing looking?
It's okay. You've done some good damage to it, but it's still got some heft to it.
Am I gonna have to take like a thing if we're going through this blood?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll tell you, it's an acrobatics DC 10.
I'm just gonna go here, which I should just be on the edge of it.
You're fine there.
Okay, I'm gonna cure wounds on Turlu.
Okay.
Level 2.
Take all those tokens off her. She is no longer grappled as well, so she gets 15 back.
So that was 20, and then I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Okay. As you were here, right? Right there. No, sorry, where were you there?
Right there, yeah.
And then you back up. It will take an attack of opportunity against you with its 10-foot reach. Reach with its claws. Whoosh, and rolls a 14. So it misses. Yep. So feel free to back up. Cuddle.
Alright, Connell's come in here and start swinging away.
Okay.
So we've got 2 attacks, White Claw each.
Okay.
And the claws have a d4 on them.
Okay.
So let's see if that hits first. That probably misses.
Are you considered flanking?
With
Oh, Turlu's prone. If nothing else. I don't think a prone creature will help you, so I'm going to call that one a miss.
Could I give him inspiration?
Nope. You use inspiration on yourself.
Oh. Are you? I'm pretty sure you can give people inspiration.
Let's have a look.
Bards can.
I have my own inspiration. I can use inspiration for the attack, but yeah. Can you use inspiration on attack if I was only on ability rolls?
If you have inspiration, you can reward another player for good role playing, clever thinking, or simply doing something exciting in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I can, can't I?
No, that's how you get it.
Or
That's how you get it.
I think the DM gives it.
For those reasons.
Yeah, I give it for being cool.
But can you use inspiration on an attack roll?
I think that says your DM will tell you how you can earn inspiration, no? Sure. Okay.
So I have inspiration. I can use it for the roll again.
Yep. I'll allow you to use your inspiration, Mara, to have Connell reroll.
Okay, because that's what I see.
You make an...
I mean, I got plenty of tasks going. So
Yeah, I think technically not, but I'll allow it. So, Connell feels re-inspired and misses.
Way it works.
Okay.
Looks like
So,
a claw.
that hits. Yep.
That should get identity 4.
Okay. So another 2. Okay.
2 bites.
Okay.
He's pretty werewolf's a little bit lacking bite until.
That hits. Was it 2 bites? Second bite.
Yeah, it was small though. Maybe until level 11 he attack it up a little bit, but
Okay.
it's kind of small scratches around. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Vivi, roll me a d8.
Okay.
5. Okay. Good news is you're no longer stunned. Bad news is this is as scary as F thing.
What?
You're frightened of it, and you must use your movement to move away from it. So take your dash action and get the hell out of there, Vivi. Probably back into this room.
Okay. That's fine by me.
Twist his rubber arm.
Haha, you fool! Now I can shoot you from afar.
Oh, you're lucky. Mara used up its reaction when it's tried to bite it. So it doesn't take an attack opportunity. On the plus side, I'm going to tell you, if it did hit... Oh, it was a natural 20 if it did hit. So thank Mara for taking that step. Otherwise, it would have been... Holy shit, 30, 47, 50 points of damage. So thank Mara for taking that step. Okay, so that's Vivi taking away Frightened. Riz.
Okay. Well, that changes things. Doesn't have a second reaction. It's good to know.
Yep.
Go ahead and take a main swing with advantage for flanking with Adamak, I believe.
Yep. Whoosh, misses.
Alright, and then we are going to try and stop rolling low. Because I'm right on this line, I'd want to get between these two blood puddles. I obviously can't place right there, but would right here be considered between the two puddles?
Well, no, but keep in mind it's a DC 10 acrobatics thing. I think that's going to be pretty easy for Riz.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because he's definitely moving back here.
Yeah, so make an acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
DC 10. Oh, I put the mockers on you. So let's say you get to about here, and you so use your attack and use your bonus, and then you just use your movement to get there. I'm gonna say you just flip on your butt right there.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to get up.
Oh, you can use your movement to get up.
Oh, sorry, that was my movement, but yeah, so.
Yep, so you're prone effectively. There's nothing. You can take a shot from there if you like, or do something, but it's going to be at disadvantage.
I already did my action to swing at it.
Oh, you did. I did. So, yep, you're on your butt. That might not be a bad thing.
So I'm going to use my bonus action and finish moving back here.
Oh, that's a kind of a weird one. Sure, but you're crawling along that way. That's fine.
Well, okay, so I'm here. So if I use my bonus action,
Oh.
my movement speed.
No, if you have a bonus action, I forgot. You're Riz. Yeah, you can stand up. Yes, you can. And you can move there. That's fine.
I like
Yeah.
crawling for role-playing purposes better.
I also like the silently getting up and pretending that didn't happen.
Yes, like imagine Riz doing like a forward roll through it. Turns the slip into a forward roll.
I make it look really cool. Like, it's just all one swoop. I just keep going.
It would be cool, but you literally rolled through blood, so you've got a distinct red tinge to you now.
They're all busy with the boss. No one noticed.
Okay, Turlu is going to strike at it with a quarterstaff. Whoosh! Misses. Swings again with a quarterstaff. Whoosh! Hits. Once with a quarterstaff, she's going to use her key points to do a flurry of blows. And one of those is going to hit, so a total of 15.
We all silently pray she does stunning strike.
She will. I forgot about that, and no effect on the creature though. Well, it makes it safe. Mara, Turlu, Adamak, and Connell, wisdom saving throws.
The one. Damn it.
Turlu gets a... Oh, she's good. And Connell, need one from you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me?
mine.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
I'm going to keyboard. Give me like 3 seconds. I've got my phone charger.
No problem.
I mean, as long as I keep rolling 8s, I'll just keep smacking them.
Alright.
So if I just Adamak, Evie and Riz, you're out of right.
You my own inspiration on that one.
Okay.
Again.
Burning the inspiration.
Better.
Much better. You got the red dot.
Of doom.
Okay. The effect of this is it's just making dreadful noises. It's like nothing you've ever heard before. It's almost otherworldly. It's really, really weird, but it's really, really messing with Connell and Atomac at the moment. So that's its turn. That's just the thing that happens. It is going to go for Connell. First of all, it tries to grab Connell with one of its claws. Reaches out. Oh, no problem. Hits with a 25 for 16 points of damage, 9 slashing and 7 force. And it's got you in its...
It's half, though. Magical attacks?
Yes, but it does 9 slashing and 7 force.
9 slashing. So half of the 9? Oh, basically, slashing and bludgeoning is half. So it's not half the 9, basically?
Yes, so 11 points of damage. Okay, then... But it's got you in its grip. And it's going to reach out great. As it's got you in one hand, it tries to gouge you across in the other hand, and does so successfully with a 23. And does 13 slashing and 11 force. So 13 would be 6. Total of 17 points of damage. With that adjusted. And then with its got you in both hands, it feeds you to its mouth, and it bites down upon you. Rolls an 18. It's an 18 hit.
Hang on, I have to check. It's not usual. 18 is the armor class, exactly.
Okay, so the bite also succeeds. Bite's a bit nastier. So it does 22 piercing and 18 force. So for though that would be 11, 18, 29 points of damage.
Alright.
You survived. You are grappled by this creature though. And just making sure the grappled means I think it's just move 0. Yep, so... Yep, you have 0 movement. You can't move. Probably not a problem. Atomac, roll me a d8! 2! Oh, what's going on, guys? This is really confusing. I don't know what's going on. You're stunned. Okay, Mara. Where is Mara? Over there. Okay.
I'm over here, yeah.
In the little blood dodge.
God, I think we're screwed, guys. We're not looking hot.
Oh, I'm looking damn fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, TBA.
I feel okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were way over there.
Yeah.
Wait, VV's still here?
Yeah, I ran into the room because I was scared.
Okay. Yeah, here.
I'll live to tell the tale of MP9.
And I'm casting Cure Wounds on Wolf Connell if I can grab him.
You just need to touch him.
Yeah, just slap him. And Cure Wounds level 4.
Okay. Oh, we've got some spell slots there. So 23? Yeah, 23 points. Okay, speaking of Connell. Is that your turn, Mara?
Yeah, that is unfortunately my turn, and yes, I know I am within slashing range.
Connell, roll me a d8.
You heal him, he bites your face off.
Right.
4. Oh, hell, what's going on? I'm confused. Oh, shit. What? I don't know what's going on. You are stunned.
That's probably the better one. Okay.
Vivi, you are frightened of this thing. The fight will fade at the end of this turn, but your shots will be at disadvantage because you're scared of this thing. So do what you like, but if you do an attack, it's at disadvantage, and you can't go closer to the creature.
I will switch to my musket.
Uh-huh.
And then shoot him with my musket. 14.
Misses.
14.
Misses.
Second attack.
Okay, so that's the first one at disadvantage. So 14 net effect.
19.
19 does it. Well done.
And then I will pump in a combat superiority.
Okay.
Maneuvering attack.
So that's 15 and
And he takes an extra 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, from your D8.
And then I will use it on Mara so she can get out of reach. And then you don't provoke an opportunity attack.
Just Mara?
Yeah, I can only choose one of my comrades.
Okay. So we'll not get an attack of opportunity if Mara moves away.
So you
Okay.
How
use
far
half
can
your
I-
s- half your speed.
Oh, so you can use your action right now, right? Yeah, that's cool. Get out of there, Mara!
Yeah, get out of there.
Run, you fool.
Okay, nice move, Riz.
In the front lines.
Oh, so far she's
Band-aids.
yeah, Tulu, Adamak, and Connell. Nice. Riz. All the way over there.
All the way over there. He is not about this getting confused stuff.
Okay.
What are you talking
So, advantage, yep. Can't move, that's probably not a problem. 6, yep. And, assume we're going to do some sneak damage with that.
Nice.
10, got it,
24
yep,
total.
got it. Still up.
How's he looking?
Rough.
Oh,
Rough.
You got it,
Lo-
Bill.
He's looking rough, but he's still going to take it. Yeah, still going to take a little bit of effort. Turlu. She's going to hit with her quarterstaff once, twice. Oh, one, no, both hit. One was the natural 20.
Nice crit.
Nice.
So 13, 20. Okay. And sure, she'll do a stunning trike. Okay, it's good. Yep. And she's still got her punchy thing. Punch. Misses. Turlu, Connell, and Atomac. One more time.
This is the one.
Oh, she didn't land her stun?
Oh,
No,
16.
sorry, her wisdom. 16. This is fine. Turlu is not.
nice.
So,
Dead, y'all.
so that's fade. This one fades. But you are both still stunned until the end of this turn. And Turlu, though, Turlu's messed up. Okay, Adamak, wow, that's pretty good. 16. Yeah, you needed a natural 18 on the dice to make it. You did, so well done. Okay, so that's horrid gnashing. And is Adamak raging now?
I haven't taken damage, so I am not.
Yeah, so we'll take that off.
Yep.
You both look pretty interesting. I'm gonna roll a d6, and a 1 to 3, it's Connell. It's Adamak.
Big
Okay,
oof.
so first attack at advantage with its claws. A non-raging Adamak rolls a 23. Does 16 points of damage.
We're still living.
Okay, tries to hit again with its claws. Rolls an 11. Oh my goodness, that's terrible with advantage. Considering I have a +8 to the roll. And it's going to try and bite you. And rolls a 23.
Uh-oh.
And the bite's actually the nastier one. Total of 26 points of damage. Adamak! Oh, you go,
Extra damage.
go down. No half-orc resistance this time, buddy.
No. No
Or-
relentless endurance.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, the thing. Adamak, make me that saving throw.
Rip the dream.
Okay, so one success. But I wouldn't count the death -2 for this one.
Okay.
So it was a 12, it wasn't a 10. Mara! You see Adamak fall.
Just leave me. Just kill the damn thing.
What?
Adam
That
is
can't-
I mean, what? I'm dead.
Arg.
Nah, I'm gonna. I don't want to run up to you.
I wouldn't either.
There's a new area of effect here. If you run around Adamak, you might slip in his blood.
Poor Adamak.
Just live in the dream.
On the plus side, you're no longer stunned. For that matter, neither is Connell, but Connell is still grappled. Are you sure you want to send that to me, Connell, or is that for somebody else?
I thought Vivi, I thought.
No.
I got it. I just sent a message back.
Yeah, but Connell replied to me.
I feel
Okay.
like that always happens when you whisper to me, console.
That's so weird. It's two Vivi.
I see it. It says from Connell. I won't say what it is. I don't think I see it. I don't see.
Lightning on him. Actually, I allowed it a minute ago. I didn't interrupt y'all's game. That's why I whispered it.
Yeah, but well, anyway, I didn't see Vivi's whisper, so it's weird.
Weird.
Anyway, Mara, what are you gonna do?
Yes.
Join me in death.
No. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to bonus action cast Spiritual Weapon.
Cool. Let me get you a sword.
That. Why did that do that? That's not what it's
Nice,
supposed to do
bro.
yet. It's also supposed to ask me what level. That's very strange. Here, just a second.
Did you click the number side?
I'm just gonna try this again. Does that? Okay, well that popped it up, but I don't know why it's not.
What level do you cast it at?
4+4. It's being weird about it. Anyways, I'm casting that.
At which level?
I'm trying to cast it at level 4 with my last 4th level spell slot.
Okay, so we'll just take that into account. So it's going to be doing, it normally does 1d8, so the second level spell? So it'll be 3d8 damage. And where do you place it? You have control over this sword, Mara, so feel free to move it around.
Okay, it's gonna go right there.
Okay, so roll now. We had 2 rolls, so just roll again. Let's see how the spiritual weapon hits. Yes, it does. So roll 3d8 plus your wisdom modifier. So 14.
Wow, that is super bad.
Unless it's rolling correctly, though.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's your bonus action.
Yes. And I'm going to try to, because I have to use a cantrip.
You do?
I'm gonna try to use Sacred Flame.
Okay. DC 16. It's got a +2 on this. And it rolls a... actually, it's advantage on this, so with advantage, it whiffs. So cantrips. It's
Yeah.
save or suck. Connell, You're still in the grapple of this creature, but you can attack normally. So your movement is 0.
Yeah, it's gonna attack. Hopefully, it will still hits.
Okay. First attack.
14 hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay.
And a 26 does hit for 11 damage. Nice.
Here's the necrotic top of it.
Yep, got it.
Bites.
And yep, that hits.
And that probably misses.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, Vivi, you are no longer frightened. What do you do?
That means I'm running in, guns blazing, and then I take 2 shots with the pistol this time. 20.
Vivi,
I'm guessing.
how do you want to do it?
Oh,
Nice.
fuck yeah! I want to shoot. I want to shoot him, like straight through the eyes, and then just for flavor, I want to shoot him in each of the mouths on its chest.
Nice.
Fire.
Nice. Okay. Creature falls to the ground dead. Thought I might get a kill out of that, but you guys did well. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'll show you the area of effect. Oh yes, we'll get to that. But this is the radius for its horrid gnashing. So yeah. Okay, but let's go. So that was VV. Riz, what do you do? We'll play this out since Adamak is dying.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't do anything for him.
Med check?
I leave the body.
I just want to look around the room from where I am and see if we see any of these gems that seem to be the common.
I'll save your roll and say you do not see any gems.
The gems are in its eyes.
If you do, don't touch them.
Turlu is going to come down and she is going to try and do a medicine check on him. She gets a +6 for. She needs to roll more, 10 or more. Oh, sorry, Adamak. Presses on the wrong thing. So tries to like stop the bleeding in one bit, and then blood starts spurting out the other side. Gee, I don't know what I'm doing. Mara, help! That's Turlu. Adamak, make me a death saving throw. Don't roll a 1. Oh no, you're good even if you roll a 1. Okay. Mara.
Well, I guess I gotta run over and heal this guy.
Or you can just wait and let him roll another one. If you don't need one more scoop pass.
That sounds a little meta. You can do it.
Cure wound.
Sorry. Leaking blood everywhere. He'll get up in a turn. It's fine.
He'll be fine in a minute. He'll be good.
Give him 6 more seconds. He's going to bounce back.
Okay, there we go. So everybody's up. We're out of initiative order. Adamak survives. Just.
Colin coming back, by the way.
Okay, cool. Connell back in. Connell. There we go.
Yeah, I can be informed for an hour before I have to do saves for control, and I don't mess with that. That's what I'm doing. I change back quick.
Okay, awesome. Yep. The rest of you figure there's probably some gems around here somewhere, and you get through the guts of this creature, and you do find 2 red gems.
Did the doors, did the one door open back up when it died, or is one door still closed and one is jammed by the?
They open up again.
I'm gonna walk over and grab my ball bearing It lasts for 24 hours, right, Connell?
Yeah. Double check that, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Higher level than base.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. This is the immovable object ball bearing, right? Sorry, I forgot that it was immovable. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's 24 hours. And it's,
Yep.
Yeah. 8,000 pounds.
Okay. I didn't quite do the map right, but the owl is still here, pointing at this door.
I think it is nap time.
Can
So,
I
Connell.
can I harvest some of the teeth from the thing?
You can try. You can make me a survival check.
Survival. Someone want to help me with that?
I guess I can help him.
I'm not.
I'll assist him.
Survival.
And then go back to being a ball.
Okay. Roll me a d6, Vivi, and that's how many teeth you get.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. So you can. It is called a nullifier, so you can put 6 nullifier teeth. One thing which I wish had come up, which it didn't, is came up a little bit, but it is immune to necrotic and radiant damage. So, Mr.
If my cantrip had hit, it wouldn't have done anything.
But I was more expecting Connell to fireball it or something at just the right angle.
Oh yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah, but the only so many creatures are like, let alone resistant. Hardly, this is the only creature I've ever seen that is immune to radiant damage.
Yeah.
And VV's, someone was doing necrotic damage. Oh, Connor, wait, with your claws.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
But my gauntlets, you said there was no effect
Lightning.
for damage wise.
That was an anti-magic thing.
Oh.
Anti-magic is what I got. That's why I was kind of screwed.
Yeah, it literally says in the description of this creature, something like, nullifiers are the bane of all magic users. The first thing it says for its description.
See, we're actually a heavy magic group here.
Mm-hmm.
It's real hard. We buff a lot too.
Yeah, that's why Adamak's haste faith, which kind of was at the beginning of the end for Adamak, right? That was rough.
It was going good.
You go rushing, all guns blazing. Take a little nap.
Adamak, at what part in that fight was it going well for you? I'm confused.
I ran in and did my 50 damage and then got stuck.
Oh, that's true.
He got a bunch of hits in the front, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My one turn I got 50 damage and then it went downhill from there.
I was rolling through 20 ideas, nope.
I'm a wizard. This doesn't go well.
Yeah, right.
I should really prepare healing word.
Does have its uses.
So we're going to go to the owl room and use the hut, right?
Yeah. Have a nap.
Okay, so nobody take a rest yet, because as you start taking a rest, you hear the creature. No rest for you. No rest for you. La 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 la. No rest for you. And it continues on and on and on and drones and drones and drones. You do not get your long rest in.
So what about for me and Connell, which all we need is a trance-like state, not necessarily sleeping?
Nope. Oh, you guys can have a short rest. But a long rest, even for the owls, is going to be impossible. But you may take a short rest.
Yeah, no rest for you, Riz.
Well, I tried.
All I needed was a short rest.
Yeah. Turlu, it's really useful for Turlu. Monks get all their key points back on a short rest.
I do get my superiority dice.
Was it a
hit
Rogue
dice are you
or
allowed to use?
DA?
Up to your level.
Oh.
And you get your Constitution modifier added to each roll, right?
You do.
Oh my god, I'm doing horrible.
I get a 1d6, man. Hush.
I'm just gonna keep going until I get there.
Right?
6.
Oh, there. That put me at max health now. I have 1 hit dice left.
16,
8.
Why?
13,
Terrible.
19. Everybody's got to keep track of this. 23, that'll do. 23, so
I just needed
Ronald idea.
10, so we're good now.
yeah, Turlu.
Needed,
She got the zombie. Oh, and she gets her key points back.
I needed 65.
I'll do one more.
For good
So her keys back.
Oh, that is close enough for me. I have 1
Mark.
hit dice left.
All right.
Mara, Connell, how are you guys looking
Okay.
for spells and stuff?
Spells wise, I'm not tapped, but
Yeah, I'm not
Not doing
tapped either, but I'm not looking hot.
yeah.
Luckily, I have 1 rage left.
I have I do have 4 first level spell slots left, just saying.
I have an idea. It could totally bomb, but
Yeah, I got very little left.
if we want to try it, we can real quick.
Try.
Okay, what is it?
So we could shove 2 blue gems back in this owl's eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do what?
Which theoretically will throw us back at the bottom level, in which it's just a short jaunt to walk out. And unless there's a monster spawner somewhere in here, we can always leave the cave and come back in 8 hours and guard the front of the cave so nothing can leave or enter.
But can't he like bolster his defenses in here?
Yeah, you guys should probably bring them back, right?
Save your step. You put the blue gems back in the eyes, and the zombie room opens up.
All right.
So we're trapped. Cool.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's since this. Okay, so she has the final set of eyes to go back to the bottom floor.
You do have some nice new shiny red eyes. Red gems, rather.
Yeah, let's use
Yep.
that one and go.
Tossing the red eyes.
Okay, so I'll say the normal thing before you shuffle behind them. And let me just make sure. Yep. Over to here. So the corridor opens up to the north of you, and you see 2 doors. Now, I know a convenient way to colour them. You get up and you have a closer look. And this one has a lock on it that's coloured orange. And this one has a lock on it that's coloured green.
And we have red, yellow, and blue, which are the primary colors of the color wheel. Red and yellow make orange. Red and blue make green.
No, blue and yellow make green.
Blue and yellow make green.
Yeah.
I'm not an art major. Give me a break.
Nice. Let's do it.
Correct. Which ones do you put in? What do you do?
If you're too scared, I'll do it, Riz.
I'm gonna go grab the red gems out of the owl's eyes.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, these are locks. Like, it almost looks like a padlock on these. And there are no sockets for the gems on these.
Oh.
It's a padlock. What happens if I take the red and yellow gems and press them against the padlock on the orange door?
No effect.
Is there anything else in this room back here? Or no, it's the main room.
Is
Is there
there,
anything
like,
else
a-
along the walls?
Nothing of note. Just these 2 doors.
For the-
Others? Yes.
Can I just pick the lock then?
You can certainly try.
Do you want to help me out and assist me, Riz?
Before we do that, I wanted to do Eye of Detail, and I rolled an investigation.
Yep. they look mundane locks, almost like a padlock that you'd lock your bike up with.
Okay.
Other than that, nothing much to do. But yeah, you can check it out, VV with advantage from Riz pointing out details over your shoulder.
Okay, these tools.
Yeah, you make no progress.
Huh?
You think, wow, this is just a damn padlock. Done this a million times, not even close.
I'm gonna try what Mara suggested and put a red and yellow gem in the owl's eyes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Mara.
think that was Adamak,
Good idea,
actually.
Mara.
Oh, sorry.
What gems are you putting in?
We all see the name. We know who gets credit.
No, it's definitely my idea.
But I'm gonna suggest that we all not be in the hallway in case this shoots some laser beam at the padlock.
Okay, and Adamak, I feel like I'm beating up on you, and that was an excellent idea. One might almost say it's inspirational.
Yay.
So take a DM inspiration. So what colors do you put in exactly?
I put a red and yellow in.
Okay, red and yellow. In fact, make orange. And boom, rotates once again off to the side there. And this is a little bit deceptive. You actually come across, let's make sure, over to this map. Now, this is technically rotated 45 degrees, but that's just a pain for me to map. But that's what you see. Actually, I'll move some of you in here so you can see a bit better.
I see nothing.
Yeah.
What do
Black.
VV and nothing? VV, sorry, I literally called somebody nothing there. Yeah, it's too dark for you to see, Mara. Do you light up a torch? Or VV?
I will cast dark vision on myself. But
Okay.
no, I'll do it on Mara too.
Can you do it on both?
Yeah, I have enough spell slots.
Does it take concentration?
Nope.
Okay, well, there we go.
8 hours.
So, should be able to see now VV, and I'll get to Mara.
Yeah, I just noticed, guys, that ever since losing shield, I don't use my spells as much.
And you're artificer.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's what you see.
That's a hell of a thing to see.
Oh god.
Do we hear anything?
Anybody who wants to have a listen, make a perception check.
I'll
got
do it at advantage.
Can I smell?
Sure.
I know, I'm just...
Probably gonna smell sweaty half work, just saying.
He's a wolf, he always does. He's part
Yeah, Vivi's kind of caught right between Connell and Adamak and just completely fluffs it and bumps into Connell, who then fluffs it. But Mara and Riz, the very perceptive ones, you hear a very faint laughing sound. It's not the laughing sound of the thing that keeps on taunting you. It's like... there's nothing really to discern. It's a very... This doesn't sound quite human. Beyond that, you can't really say.
Can we discern which side of the split it's on?
No. No, you cannot.
Did you say no?
Yeah, you hear it coming from vaguely up ahead of you.
Oh.
There's a path you could go left or a path you could go right. Not quite sure.
Looks
And we're in
going
pitch
high.
black, right?
Yes, but the dark vision is helping with that, of course, so everybody can see kind of normally.
I'm gonna poof my bat in.
Okay.
My bat start going down tunnels.
Oh.
And I rolled a 27 for stealth, and I want to start going down the left side.
Okay. I'll get a bat on here for you, Mara. Whoa! Adamak! Why do you do that? Oh, no, don't take a step back. No. I'm not sure. Can you control that bat? I'm not sure if you can, Mara.
No, I can't.
Oh, I know what I did. Can be edited and controlled by Mara. And I'll give it some sight in just a second. Oh, it's got sight. Okay, so you should be able to move that bat now, Mara. Okay, but Adamak, as you take a step, this is where we'll end it to. I know it's getting late for some people. As you step there, something shifts under your feet, and this whole ton of rubble falls down on top of your head. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please. Ooh, pretty good.
Yay.
So you take half of this as the ceiling collapses on top of you. 7 points of damage. The rubble just collapses onto your head. And with that, with Adamak making... Stop! Okay, you can scuttle back, that's fine.
The smarter person can go first.
Yeah, so you go around and, the rubble falls on top of you. And as this maze-type complex is already tripped up Adamak, not sure which way to go. What is this for anyway? Like cackling noises, what are those? That is, folks, we will end it right at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. in some parts of the world. All right, nice to be playing with you guys again.
Yeah, it's fun, definitely.
Yeah.
Good time.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Good to be back. All right.
New year, new dead warrior.
Yeah, you guys did well against that Nullifier. It was good.
I was really wondering if one was going to be down that one.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting really close.
You were. Hey, you guys.
That fool Turlu.
Yeah, Turlu and Adamak.
Adamak too.
Yeah, and I was right there.
I just want to point out, Turlu is turning out to really be the strong silent type. Nearly dies, gets up, doesn't say a word, just keeps moving.
Mm-hmm. She's trying to say the word it's shock, and she doesn't want to be the sacrificial lamb as well. So there we go. Okay, we'll see you next week, guys. Take care. Oh, we'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Yeah.
Did Turlu roll any hit dice on our short rest?
She did. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.